Network. Week 3 wrapped up with a Monday night doubleheader. In the early window, Josh Allen tossed 4 first-half touchdowns, and the Bills remain undefeated after they blew past the Jags 47-10. In the second game, Jaden Daniels and the Commanders, they upset the Bengals in Cincinnati 38-33, sending the Bengals to an 0-3 record for the first time in Joe Burrow's career. In Los Angeles, Chargers rookie right tackle Joe Alt suffered an MCL sprain on Sunday and is expected to miss some time, while Pro Bowl left tackle Sean Slater also likely to be out against the Chiefs because of a strained pectoral muscle. Over in the NFC, Sam Laporta is day-to-day after suffering an ankle injury in Sunday's win over the Cardinals. In Minnesota, Tom Pelissero is reporting that Sam Darnold is not expected to miss any time after an MRI revealed a knee bruise. No structural damage to the quarterback. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this: if something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month, with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
Wendy's breakfast burrito has an entire breakfast in every bite. Fresh cracked eggs, seasoned potatoes, American cheese, cheese sauce, and sausage or bacon. So the first bite is like fresh cracked American cheese, bacon. And the second bite is like fresh cracked American cheese, bacon. And the third bite, you get the idea. The boss of breakfast burritos, gotta be Wendy's.
Participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
And we are the Imperial Valley's AM 1230 KXO, El Centro, California, on a Tuesday morning, 24th day of September, 2024. It's another beautiful morning in the neighborhood. I'm Carroll, in the newsroom, Jared. Good morning, Jared.
Good morning, Carroll.
It's going to get warm this afternoon, but again, this is not July and August warm in the Imperial Valley.
Yeah, you can't. I don't call this warm. Okay, maybe a little warm.
Yeah.
But it's not that bad.
No. And, it takes a while to get up to 107, 108, and then it immediately starts dropping, and the mornings and the evenings are absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, yes.
So, okay. Enough on the weather. We'll go a little bit more in-depth with the weather coming up in local news page 2, and we'll tell you a little bit about why it is the way it is. And I can't tell you why the Chicago White Sox are the way they are, other than poor management in the front office, and I think it starts with the owner. Yeah, the White Sox have racked up 120 losses so far this season. I don't know, but, I'm not going to say that the White Sox management has lost confidence in the team, but understand next week, the White Sox Stadium scheduled to be converted into a Spirit Halloween. Yeah, their play this year has been relatively haunting anyway. Yeah, they're in a constant rebuild mode. South side of Chicago deserves better. But, oh well, kind of like the Padres did a couple of years ago. The Padres basically playing AAA baseball for a couple of years. And the White Sox, it's not even AAA. So, okay. Anything else new and exciting?
Not much, just following those White Sox.
Yeah, I guess. Well, Padres and the Dodgers tee it up for a 3-game series, and this will be interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. Poor guys.
A lot of ramifications here. Oh, well. And let's look back in history. On this date in 1921, the first Radio Shack store opened in Boston. Radio Shack employees were prudent and mindful. Yeah, well, and they always had what I needed. Sure do miss Ray Falco and Radio Shack from downtown El Centro. Okay, are you ready for birthdays?
Birthday time.
Okay. Phyllis Jiggs Albert Sirocco of The Angels, My Boyfriend's Back. She's 82. Actor Gordon Clapp is 76. Actor Harriet Walker, 74. Actor Kevin Sorbo, Hercules, 66. Actor, writer Nia Vardalos, My Big Fat Greek Wedding, is 62. Actor Ian Bowen is 48. Actor Spencer Treat Clark is 37. Actor Gray Damon, 37. Actor Kyle Sullivan is 36. Actor Ben Platt, 31. Local birthdays coming up.
Primetime NFL football is on AM 1230.
Here we go. Going for it all.
We have the Thursday night, Sunday night, and Monday night feature games on AM 1230. No fees, just football. NFL primetime games on AM 1230 are brought to you by
Central RV and Southwest Postal Service.
Let's celebrate today's birthdays. Happy birthday, Cassie Hill, Katie Navarro, Aiden Ramirez, Selena Matavai, Veronica Marquez, Megan Sainz, Robert Cruz, Jacob Gloria, Tony Molina, Linda Butler, Jose Sanchez, Nancy Patricia, Lisa Higginbotham, Mercedes Gonzalez, Kawina Cannon, Alan Alfred McCone, Karen Pearson, Walt Moore, Carl Hinos, and Monica Dominguez. Happy birthday from KXO. Okie dokie. Very happy birthday and many returns. And again, let's look back in history, Jared. Looking back to the year 2009. A long time ago. Do you remember back that far?
Eons ago.
Yeah. Ozzy Osbourne announced on this date in 2009 that he'd passed his driving test and was now, for the first time in his 60 years of life, a licensed driver. There were no survivors.
Yeah, never once sober.
Yes. Oh, well, and for the, let's take a poke at Texas. Yeah, why not? Dust storms hit Texas. I don't know if you heard this on the national news. Yeah, National Weather Service forecasters believe somebody opened the Dallas Cowboys Super Bowl trophy case and left the door open. Dust all over the Dallas area. Okay. Are you ready for the news?
News time.
It's a look at World and California news headlines brought to you this morning by the Imperial County Air Pollution Control District, delivering real-time updates about the air that you breathe.
CBS News special report, President Biden at the UN. It's a bittersweet moment for the president as he addresses the UN General Assembly in New York at this hour.
It's the fourth time I've had the great honor of speaking to this assembly as President of the United States. It'll be my last.
The president outlined some of the many threats facing the world today, many of them involving the United States.
I recognize the challenges from Ukraine to Gaza to Sudan and beyond. War, hunger, terrorism.
And the president urged members of the UN to stand up for Ukraine as it defends against the Russian invaders.
Will we sustain our support to help Ukraine win this war and preserve its freedom? Or walk away and let aggression be renewed and a nation be destroyed?
CBS News special report. I'm Christopher Cruz.
The Imperial County Air Pollution Control District delivers real-time information about the quality of the air you breathe. Visit the website at apcd.imperialcounty.org to stay informed about air quality around the valley. The website also includes information for upcoming meetings, programs, and there's access to the dust cams set up around the valley. Visit apcd.imperialcounty.org today.
California Headline News, investigation continuing into the shooting death of a bus driver at a VTA bus yard in San Jose, where officials are calling the shooting by another driver a tragic situation.
He was a kind, hardworking driver who was well known amongst his colleagues, father to 2 teenage children, and everyone at VTA extends their deepest condolences.
ETA CEO Carroll and Gale, a 45-year-old driver allegedly shot to death by a 33-year-old fellow driver last week, and what authorities think was a dispute over a gambling debt. State officials urging people to be ready for peak wildfire season. Gallo ES Fire Chief Brian Marshall says even with potential rain, heavier fuels like brush and timber don't recover.
But what we see in the fall season is those hot, dry Santa Ana winds.
Some of the biggest, most damaging, and deadliest fires have happened during the fall months in recent years. Gas prices in the state, $4.73 a gallon, down a nickel from last week. Jeff Scott, California News.
World in California News headlines brought to you this morning by the Imperial County Air Pollution Control District. Log on to imperialvalleyair.org for real-time information about the air that you breathe.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check that your seats aren't in the visitor section first before buying tickets.
I'm so excited for this game. I can't believe you got us tickets. Me too. Wait, are we on the wrong side?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
This is going to be a long game.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Change is so exciting. You know, my husband, DJ Automatic, and I just moved into a new house. Everything is new and different, and we love it. Everything is also new and exciting with the all-new reimagined Nissan Kicks. From the design and styling to the performance and tech features, Kicks has been totally reimagined from the inside out. This city-sized crossover is ready to take on city life and have fun doing it. Head to NissanUSA.com to see it today.
And it's page one of the local news. Page one, a service of El Centro Motors Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with 3 locations to serve you. And remember, Quick Lane services all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment.
KXO News. IID sets a record. The Imperial Irrigation District set a new energy record. Here is George Gale.
According to the district, on Thursday, September 5th, between the hours of 4 and 5 p.m., the demand for electrical energy hit 1,177 megawatts, an all-time high demand by the district's electrical customers. IID General Manager Jamie Asbury said the system held well despite the high temperatures and increased energy demand. Asbury congratulated the IID's power department employees and consumers for helping to keep the system working. The district was able to meet high energy load, avoiding rolling outages experienced in other areas. New power demand peak surpassed IID's previous peak record by 25 megawatts. 1 megawatt can roughly provide power to about 1,000 households. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
Looking into threats of violence, the city of El Centro is to meet with local schools. It is in response to the ongoing threats of violence. The city is responding to a surge in concerns from parents and community members over recent threats of violence reported at several local school campuses. El Centro Mayor Sylvia Marroquin says the safety and well-being of students, staff, and the broader community remain a top priority for the city. To address the concerns proactively, the city of El Centro will convene a series of meetings with school district officials and city first responders. The goal is to review and reinforce the existing safety protocols, identify any potential deficiencies, and ensure seamless communication between all parties involved. By revisiting their coordinated response plan, they aim to guarantee the continued security of school environments and adapt to any evolving challenges. KXO Local News Time, 7:42.
Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers have the best price on name brand tires guaranteed. Now we're talking Michelin, Pirelli, Dunlop, Bridgestone, Continental, and more. See a Quick Lane service advisor and get the best price guaranteed. Remember, Quick Lane services all makes and all models, and they're conveniently located in the Brawley Auto Center, at the Imperial Valley Mall, at El Centro Motors, and their new mobile service van comes to you with no added charge.
PMHD names acting CEO. Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District has named an acting chief executive officer. Here is George Gale.
The district has named Carly Loper to the position left vacant by the recent resignation of the previous CEO, Christopher Bjornberg. Ms. Loper has been with the PMHD since 2013 and has served as Chief Financial Officer, providing executive oversight and support to the finance and revenue cycle operations of the district. For Kxo Local News, I'm George Gale.
120 pounds of fentanyl. U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers seized approximately 120 pounds of blue fentanyl pills last week. The seizure occurred at the Kxo East port of entry when a 27-year-old woman in the border crossing's Sensory lanes was sent to secondary inspection. In secondary inspection, CBP officers used non-intrusive technology to screen the car. This revealed anomalies. A CBP K-9 team also alerted to the vehicle. Officers located a total of 82 packages concealed in the car's doors, quarter panels, spare tire, and firewall. The packages contained nearly 120 pounds of fentanyl pills. The woman driver was turned over to Homeland Security investigations. That's it for page 1 of local news. Page 2 and weather coming up next.
Page 1 of the local news, a service of El Centro Motors, Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. They have 3 locations in the valley at El Centro Motors, in the Brawley Auto Center, Highway 86 and Julia Drive, and at the Imperial Valley Mall. Don't forget about their mobile service vans that come to you.
Imperial Valley Business Resource Center is a one-stop shop for business development. We provide a complete roadmap to success for startups, entrepreneurs, and small to medium-sized businesses. Our in-house services include startup assistance, workforce development, manufacturing assistance, site selection, access to capital, accounting, cash flow management, permitting assistance, government contracting, international trade, incentive analysis, and more. Contact IVBRC today at 760-353-8332 or visit ivbrc.org to get started.
And it's page 2 of the local news with a side of weather, all brought to you by Burgers and Beer, serving the best burgers in the valley, and daily lunch specials Monday through Friday, happy hour from 3 till 6 p.m. every single day.
County Board of Supervisors meet today. They will begin the meeting with presentations. Here is George Gale.
They will begin their meeting with presentations. Board will declare September as National Recovery Month, and they will declare September as National Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. Albert Yanis, a DA investigator, will be recognized as Employee of the Month for the month of August. Employees will also be recognized on their milestone anniversaries. Supervisors will prepare to take public bids on the Juvenile Hall Walk-In Cooler Project. Majority of the meeting, however, will be taken up with budget discussions. For Kxo Local News, I'm George Gale.
November elections. The general election is November 5th. The Registrar of Voters is preparing for the election. Voter guides were sent out last week. Vote-by-mail ballots will be sent to all registered voters on October 7th. California voters will notice Robert Kennedy Jr. is a candidate for president, even though he withdrew from the race in August. That is because he did not meet California's deadline to be removed from the ballot. Kxo voters will be choosing a full city council. There are 3 full-term seats and 2 partial-term seats on the ballot. This is due to a recent recall. In Calipatria, one of the measures on the ballot asks if city clerk should be an appointed position. The city clerk seat is also on the ballot. Voters could conceivably vote to have the position appointed and vote on the candidate running for the seat. The city council would then have to decide how to proceed. And in other news, paper or plastic? That will not be an issue starting in 2026. Here's George Gale with details.
Governor Gavin Newsom recently signed a bill that bans all plastic shopping bags at grocery and other stores. Several years ago, the state banned single-use plastic bags, but shoppers could purchase heavier weight plastic bags that were supposed to be reusable. Most of these reusable bags apparently were neither reused nor recycled. A state study showed that In 2004, 8 pounds of plastic shopping bags ended up in the trash. By 2021, that number grew to 11 pounds per person per year. Starting in 2026, shoppers will have paper bags at checkout if they don't bring their own bags. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
Imperial street work. Drivers in Imperial may face some delays this week. The city of Imperial has announced that several streets will be closed through Wednesday. Today, Imperial Avenue will be closed between 13th and 15th Streets, and 15th Street will be shut down between Imperial Avenue and H Street. Wednesday's closure will be on Imperial Avenue between 12th and 13th, and 13th will be closed from Imperial to H Street. All closures will be from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. for all vehicle and foot traffic for slurry seal coating of the roadways. KXO Local News Time, 7:49. We'll take a look at weather.
Did you know that Burgers and Beer has happy hour every day from 3 to 6? Get drink specials all day like Margarita Monday, Tonic Tuesday, Wine Down Wednesday, and Thirsty Thursday. Try one of our weekday lunch specials that include a soft drink from only $8 an ounce for September Happy Mexican Independence Day. Get Modelo Especial 16-ounce for $5.50 and 22-ounce for $6.50. And try our Enchiladas Suizas. Burgers and Beer with 5 locations, proudly serving you, your family, and friends since 1985. Burgers and Beer, for the best burger in town.
According to the National Weather Service, we could see record high temperatures during the latter half of this week and possibly into next week. This is all due to an unseasonably strong high pressure system that is currently building over the region and could even strengthen further this weekend. Early to mid-June, like high temperatures are forecast for much of the area starting tomorrow, lasting through at least the weekend. Dry air will also remain entrenched over the area well into next week, with mostly clear skies persisting. 109 the high yesterday, 71 our overnight low. Sunny today with a high near 108. West wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming east this afternoon. Tonight mostly clear, a low around 76. West wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming east-northeast after midnight. Wednesday will be sunny with a high near 108. West wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming east-southeast in the afternoon. 76 degrees, 20% relative humidity. Wind out of the west-south, actually from the south-southeast at 325. Air quality good everywhere except moderate in Calexico, moderate in Nyland. Page 2 of the local news, served up by Burgers and Beer, the place for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Bring the family, meet your friends at Burgers and Beer.
Let's talk about it. Bringing community mental health issues to your radio. Listen each Sunday morning to KXO AM 1230 at 7 a.m. or on Sunday evening at 7 p.m. on FM 107.5. Or log on to KXORadio.com for a podcast of the show in its entirety. This program is produced by the Public Affairs Department of KXO AM 1230 and FM 107.5. Let's Talk About It is presented as a public service of Imperial County Behavioral Health Services.
And it's Sports Time. Sports Time brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the very best care. Monday Night Football, they double-dipped. Yeah, well, you heard the Bills and the Jaguars here, and it was the Bills 47, Jaguars 10. Commanders and the Bengals teed it up. Commanders came out on top, 38-33. And, 49ers having some issues, injuries. Defensive tackle Javon Hargrave suffered a partially torn right triceps in the Niners loss to the Rams. He'll require surgery and likely done for the year. And Jacksonville Jaguars coach Doug Peterson isn't ruling anything out when it comes to making changes in the wake of his team's 0-3 start. Yeah, maybe not even regarding quarterback Trevor Lawrence. There has to be changes, whether it's play design, personnel, everything, Peterson said, after the 47-10 loss to the Bills. KXO Sports Time 7:53.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all of your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Raleigh, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all Pioneer services, visit www.pmhd.org today.
Oh, yeah, they're still playing baseball. Yeah, they will be for another month at least. Last night, the Phillies clinched the National League East with a 6-2 win over the Cubbies. Red Sox topped the Blue Jays 4-1. Mariners over the Astros 6-1. And the Giants beat the Diamondbacks 6-3. That helps the Padres. What's really going to help the Padres is if they sweep the Dodgers. Padres-Dodgers start a 3-game series tonight. And, that will determine a lot in the National League West. Utah State has accepted an invitation to join the Pac-12 and become the newly formatted conference's 7th member. The move comes amid a dizzying day of realignment that saw the Pac-12's interest in a handful of AAC schools get rebuffed. The Mountain West expected to retain a commitment from key member Air Force, and UNLV's decision became uncertain after its commitment to the Mountain West earlier in the day was not formalized. You could still see UNLV ending up in the revamped Pac 8, 10, 12, 14, whatever. That's it for Sports Time. Sports Time brought to you this morning by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers.
Football season is here. 360 Business Products and Kxo Radio are giving away 3 prizes this month. That's 3 chances to win. This month's prize packs have a value up to $50 each, featuring a Dymo label maker and Sharpie's new pen set. Enter the monthly giveaway by going to kxoradio.com. Click the 360 Business Giveaway link and enter your information. You only need to enter once. Winners will be announced at the end of the month.
And it's a look at financial news, a brief look at the weather, all brought to you by Southwest Security and Southwest Postal, the only postal box service offering 24-hour-a-day, 365 days a year service. Southwest Postal at 4th and Heil in El Centro. Boeing still has to make significant changes to improve the quality and safety of its airplanes. That, according to the head of the Federal Aviation Administration, in a congressional hearing on the FAA's oversight of Boeing set for today, agency administrator Michael Whitaker plans to tell members of Congress that the safety regulator and Boeing have both made progress since the January 5th incident in which a door plug blew off a 737 MAX flown by Alaska Airlines. There must be a shift in the company's safety culture to holistically address its systemic quality assurance and production issues, according to Whitaker. Our goal is to make sure Boeing implements the necessary changes and has the right tools in place to sustain those changes in the long term. Boeing declined to comment on Whitaker's prepared remarks. And Coca-Cola is discontinuing the production of its new spiced flavors just 6 months after the soda hit shelves, marking the end of a disappointing attempt to attract younger drinkers. The company said in a statement that Coca-Cola is always looking at what our customers like and adjusting its flavors. As part of this strategy, we're planning to phase out Coca-Cola Spiced to introduce an exciting new flavor in 2025. Cauliflower flavor Coke. I'm all for it. Okay, yeah. And the short lifespan of Spiced is surprising because the company promoted it as a permanent flavor. Yeah, cauliflower. Make that permanent. I'll go for that one. So what's happening on the big board? Mixed in early trading. The Dow right now up 118 points at 42,242. The S&P 500 even at 57.18. The NASDAQ is off 18 points at 17,956. Meanwhile, gold up $14.20 an ounce, and oil up $1.04 a barrel.
Southwest Security has been protecting properties 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, right here at Imperial and Coachella Valleys. Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. I've been in the private security business for over 25 years and have always made it my mission to always provide my clients with the highest quality security services available. Your satisfaction is my #1 priority. And don't forget Southwest Postal, the only postal center in Imperial Valley with 24/7, 365 access to your post office box. Access when you need it. Located on the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
We will have sunny skies with a high near 108, west wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming east this afternoon. Tonight, mostly clear, a low around 76, west wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming east-northeast after midnight. Tomorrow, sunny with a high near 108, west wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming east-southeast in the afternoon. 77 degrees, 20% relative humidity, wind out of the south-southeast 3 to 5. Air quality moderate in Calexico and Niland, good everywhere else. Financial news brought to you by Southwest Security, protecting you, your home, your business, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
The Las Vegas Raiders are on FM 107.5.
So now we go to a second and 10.
Don't miss any of the action as the Raiders contend for the AFC West title.
3 wide receivers right, Trevor
Las
back to
Vegas
back.
Raiders, brought to you by
Touchdown!
El Centro RV and Southwest Postal Service.
Raiders football on FM 107.5.
Raiders Browns Sunday on FM 107.5.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO, El Centro, the news source.
CBS News brought to you by the Imperial Valley Food Bank, fighting hunger in Imperial County since 1991.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by T-Mobile.
I'm Steve Kathan. President Biden speaks to the United Nations General Assembly, urging a Gaza ceasefire and hostage deal.
I put forward with Qatar and Egypt a ceasefire and hostage deal. It's been endorsed by the UN Security Council. Now is the time for the parties to finalize its terms. Bring the hostages home.
About the situation in Ukraine, Biden told the UN Putin's war has failed. And about leaving the presidential race, he said some things are more important than staying in power. Correspondent Chris Livesay reports on the mass movement out of southern Lebanon amid the latest aerial assaults from Israel targeting Hezbollah.
Cars choked the highways as people fled into the night, heading north towards the capital, Beirut, looking for shelter in schools and anywhere they can find it. After a week of crushing blows to Hezbollah, a ground invasion is almost certain, says retired Israeli Army Colonel Kobi Maron.
Is Biden administration going to like it? No. But they understand when 2 million people right now under attack, Israel should do whatever we can to stop the fire.
Well, forecasters say a storm system getting organized as it heads into the Gulf of Mexico should become Hurricane Helene. CBS News meteorologist David Parkinson expects late week landfall along Florida's west coast.
The storm moves straight north and then eventually to the northwest. So instead of being one of these storms that impacts the Gulf Coast of the U.S. and then moves into the northeast, it's actually going to move into portions of the Ohio River Valley.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis wants people in his state to prepare.
Models currently range from it developing into a tropical storm all the way to a major hurricane at Category 4. If you look at the National Hurricane Center, they have put out their cone, and they're actually forecasting it to be a major hurricane by the time it reaches landfall.
Western Mexico is also dealing with a hurricane, too. CBS's Adrian Bard is in Mexico City.
As Hurricane John surged to a Category 3 storm in a matter of hours, Mexican authorities scrambled to open shelters and intensify warnings. Mexico's president wrote on X, "Protect yourselves. Don't forget life is the most important thing, and material things can be replaced. displaced. Local authorities opened shelters for about 3,000 people, but more than 100,000 live in this coastal area.
And checking Wall Street, right now the Dow is up 100 points. The S&P and NASDAQ are lower. This is CBS News.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. Get the savings you want on America's largest 5G network. Visit T-Mobile.com/choice 5G and start saving today.
It's better over here. If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has an exclusive rate plan just for you. Right now, get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings versus Verizon and AT&T. Plus, you can get one of the latest 5G phones free when you add a line. That's right, a free 5G phone. Experience all this and more on America's largest 5G network. So why wait? At T-Mobile, customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Just go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 or visit your local store to make the switch.
With AutoPay using debit or bank account plus taxes and fees, 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Free phones up to $300 off with 24 monthly bill credits and qualifying new line for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Contact us before canceling entire account to continue remaining bill credits, and if you pay off device early. See details at T-Mobile.com.
Moms across the country are acknowledging their peers with generous acts of kindness.
Mothers have been buying gift cards and hiding them in formula cans and diaper boxes for others to find. Some even handing them out personally.
You also give this gift card to your friend? Seriously?
It all began with a Nashville mom shopping at Target with her 2-year-old son when she spotted a $20 silver purse stashed on a shelf in the baby aisle and took it as a sign. Someone had sacrificed something she wanted to buy to get something for her baby. Paying it forward has proved rewarding.
Baby Dada, thank you for being an amazing mom. Oh, could I give you a hug?
The She Deserved the Purse challenge has taken off. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Obesity is high and holding steady for the most part in the U.S. The CDC says 4 in 10 Americans have obesity overall. 1 in 10 have severe obesity. I'm Steve Kathan, CBS News.
My name is Josephine Conway, and I'm an Imperial Valley Food Bank board member. When locals need help feeding themselves and their families, they turn to the Imperial Valley Food Bank. As the main distribution center of donated food in Imperial County, we store, rescue, and purchase food in bulk to serve 25,000 people each month at over 30 locations. Help fight hunger and food insecurity in the Imperial Valley by donating online at www.ivyfoodbank.org.
CBS News presented by the Imperial Valley Food Bank, fighting hunger in Imperial County since 1991. Become a hunger warrior. Contact the Imperial Valley Food Bank.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio with Carroll Buckley.
Yeah, for some reason or another, you sound a little taller on radio.
AM 1230, KXO. 1230.